That's why you shouldn't shoot your shot at a black woman unless she gives you choosing signals first. Unless you see that she absolutely has given you choosing signals, you should not feel comfortable shooting your shot at a black woman. YouTube, what's going on in this dose? Yet again, another example of why black women sit atop the hierarchy of rudeness as female rapper Leray brutally rejects boxer Adrien Broner when he shoots his shot at her on her IG live. But before we react to it, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that y'all can continue to ingest and enjoy. Let's get a dose of this shit. Now let me preface this reaction by stating the obvious. Black women are the rudest group of women when it comes to the way they interact with people in everyday life, the way they reject men, the things they say to people, the way they treat people. Black women are fucking rude. And I have no idea how our culture got to the level that it is when it comes to the lack of respect we have when we interact with other people. But black women in particular, especially when they think they're hot shit and they get on their high horse because they've gained a little bit of traction on social media, a little bit of clout, whether by messing with somebody who already had clout or them establishing themselves in rapping, modeling, OnlyFans, stripping, whatever the case may be. Once black women get a little clout, they tend to get even more egocentric, more narcissistic, and more rude. And that's going to be demonstrated here as this rapper by the name of Leray, who has been known to mess with degenerate men such as Blueface, brutally rejects boxer Adrien Broner, who himself, he's controversial in his own right, but she did it in a way that was disgusting, repulsive, and unnecessary, as we're about to see here.
It didn't taste like Canadian bacon. Trying to bag me on an Instagram live is fucking crazy. Like, dead ass. Get the fuck on. Okay? Go on the fuck head. Okay? I'm not interested. Like, that's fucking corny. The fuck are we doing here? I'm getting the fuck off. Go look at my post. I'm about to post my cover. Bye.
So y'all see Adrien Broner said, "Be at my next fight in Miami on May 31st at Hard Rock on me." She responds with, "Trying to bag me on Instagram live is fucking crazy. Get the fuck out of here. It's corny." Like, what? Do y'all think that response was necessary? Or could she have simply ignored him or said, no thanks, I'm not interested. Good luck with your fight though. Why is it that black women feel some need to air somebody out in the worst way possible? Why is it that they feel the need to bring you down? And these are the same women who will disrespect you when they're rejecting you and then turn around and play victim when men put their hands on them, which is a controversial take that I often have because we always hear about how they're scared to reject a guy because they think a guy will do something to them. And I hold the position that a lot of the times these women will provoke these men by being disrespectful and being repugnant for no reason at all. They'll say things like this: "Boy, get the fuck out of here. Do I look like I would ever date you? Not dressed like that." We've seen plenty of videos where instead of rejecting someone in good faith, they have to take it to the extreme and they have to violate the person who is benevolently trying to take them out. And I don't understand what the hostility is with the response that men get from women when they're simply trying to ask them out. Because at the end of the day, a man is not trying to take you out to disrespect you, to degrade you, to violate you. As far as you know, we're not going to operate in bad faith or operate on the worst case scenario and assume that that's what a man is trying to do when he asks a woman out. No, a man is trying to take you out. He's trying to give you some positive experiences, some positive memories. He's trying to have a good time. He's trying to show you a good time, and he's trying to show you that he's interested in you, genuinely, if he's genuinely interested in you. So why do black women have to respond in this hostile and degrading manner that they know is degrading? And we know it because they know what they're doing. She was trending for it, and this was her response after trending for it and realizing that most people were saying that she did absolutely too much and she was being disrespectful because it was over the top. It was uncalled for. This was her response in a tweet. She tweeted, Wasn't trying to be harsh. However, I hope he wins his fight and many more. She wasn't trying to be harsh. Now, I can interpret that two ways. You're either so harsh that even when you're not trying to be harsh, you're harsh, or you're simply being disingenuous because of the backlash that you received for doing that. Because see, when she did it, she has fans. She thought her fans was gonna be able to relate and they was gonna praise her. But no, she caught a lot of flack for what she did on IG Live. Because how the fuck else is he supposed to shoot his shot? We already know that a lot of these narcissistic women on Instagram are big-headed. And when I say narcissistic, I mean they really perceive themselves to be more grandeur than they are. They're big-headed. They don't respond to DMs. They think they're above all of the men who follow them and show love and who try to get their attention. Of course, granted, it's valid in a lot of ways because women are more selective, and we see that's going to be demonstrated even on social media. They're not going to respond to the majority of men who shoot their shot at them or who leave thirsty comments. But Adrien Broner is somebody who has a name for himself. He's an established boxer. He's not exactly low tier, and he's probably more famous than she is. Like, ultimately, overall, he probably has a bit more clout and prestige than she does, even though she's hotter right now. Still, it would be a symmetrical commitment. It would be a homogamous relationship. It would. Nobody's going to look at them and say, oh, she's bigger than him, she's over him, she's too good for him. It would be, they're pretty similar in values and virtues and status and prestige. They're pretty similar. But obviously, he doesn't have her number. If he doesn't have her number, he doesn't have her email, he doesn't have her business contact. If he follows her, which it looks like he does, and he's been interested and he's attracted to her, he saw his best opportunity to be noticed by her and to shoot his shot, which she obviously noticed him shooting his shot. But that's the response you give a man shooting his shot? That's the response you give a man with a name? Trying to bag me over IG Live is fucking corny. Ma'am, says who? A lot of people get bagged over IG. Most people get bagged over IG nowadays. The people who are on social media world 24/7, a lot of relationships are cultivated from Instagram. What's corny about that? And then they'll say men don't approach them with confidence. All he did was say, be at my fight with confidence. And he said on me, meaning he'll take care of the expenses. You got a man who's established, who's an expert or professional in a certain field, which most women find attractive. He gets paid for it. He's confident. And he shoots his shot. You would think that's what most women would want. You would think that's what most women desire. No, not black women. Black women are a different breed. Black women are a different breed. That's why you shouldn't shoot your shot at a black woman unless she gives you choosing signals first. Unless you see that she absolutely has given you choosing signals, you should not feel comfortable shooting your shot at a black woman. Because if you cold approach, and I'm talking about it's frozen, she gave you no indication that she even knew you were in close proximity to her, she never looked at you, she never gave you a hint of any kind, and you still shoot your shot, or you can guarantee that you probably gonna get rejected. And there's a 50-50 chance you probably gonna get disrespected. She might insult you, she might emasculate you. It's not gonna be kind. And it's very interesting because we see a lot of these cold approach videos on the internet, and some of them are scripted and fake and skits, but others are real. Look at how other women respond to when they reject men. They'll smile. They'll say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. No, thank you. No, thank you. What's the issue with black women being kind? What's the issue with benevolent rejection? I've never seen a group of women who just reject men with the level of disrespect and emasculation that black women do at the prevalence that they do. It's extremely disturbing, especially for a group who is the least desired group of women, the least married. You would think they would be the ones who want to demonstrate kindness and politeness more than any other group because they have the most incentive to. They're trying to convince people that they're not rude, they're not stereotypically mean and angry and brutally honest and over aggressive. You would think that they would want to combat these stereotypes, but yet nope, they just reinforce them. They just reinforce them in examples like this. And she's not the only one, but she is famous. This happens all the time. Black men will tell you this happens all the time with black men who approach black women in real life who aren't famous, who there's no camera on to record. They still go through it. They still experience it. They can confirm it. There's no reason. And as I said, they'll play victim when they reject you in a disrespectful manner, and then the guy gets offended and he gets aggressive and he does something that incriminates him. He commits an act of violence on the woman because she was aggressive verbally when it was uncalled for, when it was unnecessary. Rudest group of women. They wear the tiara for the rudest group of women. But they'll tell you that it's just a stereotype and it's not true, and that whiteness and white supremacy is just out painting a picture. The media is just painting them in a light that's absolutely not true. Yet when we step back and we look with our own eyes, we can make observations that affirm these ideas, that affirm these stereotypes are indeed valid in many ways, if not most. Adrien Broner, I seen him tweet after this, and he just said, "Hey, I'm in Miami, I'm single. If you're interested, hit me up." So he just looking to spend some quality time with, I guess, whatever woman is willing to spend some quality time with him. He's just trying to have fun, get some fun in. He's living his bachelor life. I ain't mad at that. But there was still no reason for her to respond that way. Y'all be careful out there dealing with these black women. I date black women, but I wait for a black woman to send me choosing signals, and then I approach. And I don't date black women who are mean, rude, and nasty, and obnoxious, and aggressive, and masculine, and over the top. I find diamonds in the rough. I'll catch you guys on the next dosage of Q-Pill. Over and out.